Hey, aloha and welcome to Beachwalks with Rocks. You can find us at beachwalks.tv. All right, let's go, Lexi. I'm smelling the scent of this plumeria flower that Terry just gave me and kind of lost my train of thought here, which is a nice thing. Anyway, my train of thought. You know, there's been a lot of interesting things happening in politics in the last couple of weeks, and I'm really learning that we're not anywhere near as vulnerable as we used to be. You know, I like to look at things as a systems analyst, kind of as mechanical as the word I like to use. And, you know, in the old days when there wasn't so much access to communication, it really was advantageous from a gamesmanship point of view in politics to think about your opponent, because there were very little ways that the opponent could actually counteract that. And you know, we're also emotionally vulnerable to the group mind, to the tribal thinking, you know, in this very generic sense that somebody says something bad about someone, you know, first maybe you don't want to believe it, and then you hear it a few more times and you start to believe it even though you have no evidence for that. Well, now with the internet, we can actually all have our own conversations, and people can put out their own side, their own point of view, their own, in the case of the candidates, actually this is my history. These are my medical records. This is where I was from this time to this time to this time. And in very short order, someone can fact check that and figure out whether that person is telling the truth or not. And so I just love that sense of moving the focus now onto what it is I bring to the table as a candidate, rather than putting the focus on what's wrong with the other candidate. And I really see that this is the first election we've ever had where people are actually trying to do that. And so the Hawaiian word I looked up for vulnerable or susceptible is pa wale. And so we're no longer susceptible so much to gossip. And people really seem to be hungry for a more authentic kind of conversation. And I think that's very exciting. So I hope you do too. And the takeaway for me is to really focus on what I can do better rather than what everyone else is doing wrong, because that's clearly the subtext that is a takeaway for me, even though I'm certainly not running for any office. So have a great, almost the end of the week. We are leaving today to go to South Carolina. So look forward to a nice little week of vacation and potentially some beach walks from the Atlantic coast next week. And if you're interested in new media and new media conversations, then you might check out the New Media Expo, because super cameraman Shane and I are going to be speaking there in August, and we'd love to see you there. I'll provide a link in the show notes. Aloha everybody, malama pono.